So the internet might be a little bit against us today. I'm trying to find the live feed on Instagram, on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you should be seeing this. If you're on YouTube, you should also be seeing this. I'm actively checking YouTube at the moment to try to see if everyone can see the class. Uh, if you are subscribed on YouTube, you should be able to see the class. If you're on if you're on Facebook, you should be able to see the class as well. Um, also, if you're on so some of the problems of Nigeria is what's stopping us at the moment. I'm testing on YouTube. I think we should be live on YouTube. The screen is sharing. Checking again. Okay, good. Um, uh, so I would have actually loved to also be live on Instagram, but it seems that my my phone stand is somewhere away from the table. So being organized is a little bit hard, having to do all of this and having to handle two clients at the same time. So we are going to just focus right now on commencing the class. I'm trying to confirm if we have audiences in the class yet. Yes, yet. I think we have one host, one producer, no guests yet. I don't want a case where I'll just continue the class. There will be no audiences. There will be no feedback, and then before you can join. Okay, let's just try to get people who are unable to join on. So it might be a little bit hard for you to actually engage if you're on YouTube, but I'm going to activate YouTube now. Let's see. Hmm. So 9:30. It's almost time to start the class. The class is only supposed to be slated for 30 minutes, and we'll try to cover as much as possible within 30 minutes. So if you are not yet part of the class, I would advise you to be a part of the class as soon as possible. YouTube seems to be working perfectly. YouTube seems to be working perfectly. Facebook is also working perfectly. So Facebook is working perfectly. What else? I think we are just going to be live on YouTube and on Facebook today. So as soon as it is exactly uh, 9:30, this is 9:29. So if you are not able to join the class where you're going to be able to engage and leave some comments, I'm going to check. This is Facebook. I'm on Facebook at the moment, checking comments on Facebook, checking YouTube. Okay, so we have audiences on YouTube, and exactly 9:30 we start the class. We have only 1 minute. Everybody can get in within the next 1 minute. So anyone who wants to get in can get in within the next 1 minute, and then we commence. Although the live recorded, we're going to record the class just to help as much people as possible. Okay, working perfectly. We have YouTube. We have a comment from YouTube working perfectly. Okay, good. So I guess we are good to go from YouTube and Facebook. We are good to go as well on Facebook if you are here on Facebook. And hopefully the internet doesn't cut us off so that we don't start all over again. I think that's the main problem. The internet often cuts off, and we have to start the class all over again. So we are going to be doing the class in more or less like a bit of theory. We'll be combining a bit of theory and a bit of practical together. So we'll start first with the theory, obviously, to try to get everybody to understand the client acquisition in Nigeria. If you're a Nigerian freelancer who is trying to get clients, foreign clients, so obviously we are going to start first with that. Then we are going to move into the practical aspect, which is we'll pick just two parts of our previous slide. If you don't have if you don't know the whole full, how do you call it, overview of the class, you can check a previous video that we have where we talked about everything we are going to be covering in the classes. And it is better if you are subscribed on maybe YouTube, you are following on Facebook, or you signed up for the class through your email so that we notify you and we share a pre-recorded version of whatever past class we've had. We share it in that email to your email or to your SMS. So today we are going to be covering just the uh, the theoretical aspect. We'll be introducing ourselves to the understanding the global freelance market, and we're going to be talking about how to like identify your niche or create a niche or build a niche or develop a niche for yourself in whatever service you're offering. And actually it depends on whoever is in the class. When you turn from the mic, there is a loss of audio. Okay, I'm getting that. I'm getting that. I'm going to try to make sure I keep that in. I'm seeing your comments. Just leave your comment as often as possible. I'm seeing comments from YouTube and comment from Facebook. So if you have any problem, please let me know. I'm staying close to the mic as much as possible. So we're going to be talking about understanding the global freelance marketplace. I think that's the most important thing. We need to first make sure that we understand what we are trying to achieve. If you are somebody who has been local for a long period of time, you've been working with local clients for a long period of time, the global freelance marketplace is actually quite different and requires a lot of preparation. So we'll talk about discussing what the foreign clients want, countries to target as a budding freelancer, and global challenges. But if you look at the previous overview that we talked about different ways to actually find clients. We talk about going to get clients and attracting clients. Those are two different ways to get clients, but we're not going to go that deep today so that we don't confuse the whole thing up. Then we talk about why foreign clients pay what they pay, and obviously foreign clients pay more than local clients and why they pay what they pay. Then we can just briefly talk about the opportunities and challenges of global freelancers, but I don't think that one is really that much of a topic. It's not that much of a topic. So the first thing we have to start with is overview of the global freelance market or landscape. And let me be the first to tell you, if you don't know this already, the global freelance market size is estimated at over $1.5 trillion, with over 1.1 billion freelancers or people worldwide who are freelancers
making up about 35% of the global workforce. And okay, sorry, I did not talk about this. Approximately that 1.5 trillion in 2023 is actually in 2023. We're in 2024 now, which means it's definitely grown beyond 1.5 trillion. Obviously, that's because of the lockdown that happened in 2020, where there was a lot of people who started remote working, and freelancers actually got more recognition in 2020, and that actually helped us to conquer the global marketplace. So obviously, top freelance platforms are platforms like Upwork, freelancer.com, Fiverr, and these platforms have millions of registered freelancers and clients. Upwork alone reported over 2.23, is it 23? Upwork alone recorded over 2.3 billion in gross service volume in 2023. That's 2.3 billion exchanged between clients and customers in gross service volume. So, and when it comes to freelancing, which is one of the things I required when people were registering for the class, tech, the tech department, which are developers, software developers, and so on and so forth, creatives, which are designers, content creators, and marketers. Those are the ones that see the highest demand when it comes to freelancing. So, including IT service, sorry, making up over 50% of the freelance market. So, if you are not really in these three, you see that when I did the advertisement, I ran it specifically to a preset group of people that I know would actually be conquering the global marketplace if we decide to go into it. So if you are somebody who is not into tech, you're not doing creatives, or you're not into marketing, it might be a little bit hard for you to conquer the freelance marketplace. I've had people who are in accounting, but there is also tech aspect of accounting. So if you're in those aspects, it's possible you can, for example, analyzing data, analyzing accounting data is one of those things that you can do when it comes to accounting tech. So it's quite a large a field, and you can pick any of those skills if you already have them. You can pick any of those skills if you don't have them yet. But please, I'm focusing on people that already have skills in this department, and these skills have the highest demand as far as freelancing is concerned. So, what foreign clients want? This is one of the biggest questions. Obviously, there are three things that foreign clients want: cost effective solutions. That's also more or less like local clients, high quality work, and timely delivery. So, the cost is often the highest priority of the client. That's why they want to hire somebody from uh, third world countries like ours. The cost, they want to like make sure they get high quality work delivered on time, but they want it to be cost effective. So, if you are sending your proposals, you are reaching out to clients, these are your unique selling points. These are general to everybody that are from our background. If you are in Nigeria, if you are in West Africa, this is one of those things we can actually sell. We give you high quality work, just like a client in the first world countries. We deliver on time. Obviously, that means you have to make sure that you have set up your internet, you set up your power supply, and so on and so forth by yourself, because we know that that is not provided by the government here. So we have high quality work, we have timely delivery, and we are cost effective. I think that's the cherry on top when it comes to our offer to the foreign client market. So let's go straight to top countries to target as a freelancer. Now, when we start talking about top countries to target, I think majority of us need to understand this is only when you are doing outbound. That's when you are the one that are looking for your clients yourself. I will target countries, particularly personally. I prefer to target countries where they pay me a currency that is quite different from mine, that is actually quite larger from mine. So I target clients that pay in the United States dollars. I target clients that pay in the UK pounds or the European euro, and obviously some clients also pay in Canadian dollars. I've had clients who paid in Canadian dollars. Had clients who pay in euro. I've had clients who paid in pounds. Did I have pounds? No, I've not had the clients. I've had one client that paid in pounds, and I've had lots of clients that paid in the United States dollar, which is obviously the global currency. So, anyways, let's talk about why foreign clients pay what they pay. We are going into the class proper now. Sorry, so we're going to into the class proper now, babe. So we are going to the class proper now. Please. Um, the freelance. Sorry about that. The laws of we are going to talk about why foreign clients pay what they pay, but we are going to talk about the laws of demand and supply when it comes to freelancing. The laws of demand and supply. And if you are somebody who studied economics, you know that this actually applies across board. It applies to you if you are uh, in any department in the world, or if you are selling anything in the world, the law of demand and supply actually applies to you. I recently saw a post from I think in California, I'm not sure, where cleaners are beginning to get over $100,000 annually for cleaning different mansions, different apartments. And basically, how that works is there were very little amount of free of cleaners, and the few that were available ended up having too much work on their hands, which means they had so much demand and very little supply. And with that, the price actually went up. Thank you. So the freelance market operates on basic economic principles as well, which means if we have high demand for specialized skills like AI, blockchain, and cybersecurity, the price obviously goes up. With the increase in cyber attacks, AI, and many compromise that can happen to securities of different businesses, and how this actually causes loss. Even businesses like Apple actually have cyber data breaches that they get hacked. So this actually got resulted in a high demand for cybersecurity professionals, making cybersecurity one of those fields that is currently a highly paid field. So the more the demand for that skill that you are offering, the more you get paid. Because obviously that's also if there is very little supply for that skill. So there are some skills actually that can actually give you lower rates, like basic graphic design. So if you're somebody who is into graphic design and you're doing basic graphic design, you might end up having lower rates because there are a lot of designers already that are in the world. Sorry, give me a minute. We have so many designers, and this can actually be a big problem. So if you are offering skills or you're offering services in a niche where it is already oversaturated, you might not get enough payment for the skill you are offering. So you have to make sure that even before entering the global marketplace, the skill you are offering has high demand with very little competition in your field, very little people offering the things you are offering. AI has very little people because it is incredibly hard, very difficult to actually get. Blockchain, cybersecurity, even marketing, a little bit of marketing. Some marketing actually has very high or very high demand and low supply, because there are many people that term themselves as marketers, but when it comes to generating results, that is where the problem starts coming. So if you are somebody, if you're a marketer who has good results, or if you're a designer who has good results, who has good portfolio, or who has good experience in the field, you might probably be able to sell yourself as a good designer or as a good marketer. But if you don't, please try to look for a skill. Maybe you just migrate to a department within your skill or within your general broad niche where it is more difficult for people to actually do, or where the skill is more difficult for people to offer, and try to offer your services in those niches. So in countries with a high concentration of freelancers such as India and the Philippines, competition can drive down prices. I actually had a Philippine client at one point in time. I was offering content writing, and obviously we understand the chat GPT thing actually affected us as content writers. So if you're a content writer, you know what has been happening over the past few months and years. Um, there has been a low demand for content writers, and the prices they are offering because of the presence of ChatGPT actually reduced what you can earn in that field. So if you are a marketer or you are somebody who was a content writer, it's best for you to actually start adding some other skills from other departments of marketing to what you are offering. So you can't just keep on offering content writing and expect to get paid over 1,015 in a month. So let's move to the next slide. We're going to be talking about the price justification system, where we talk about the currency exchange benefits. Freelancers in countries with weaker currencies can offer. Obviously, that's what we are enjoying. We offer competitive rates while earning more in their local currency. I actually valued some of the services I offer to a client right now. I valued it at about $7,900, and I am charging the client only fairly around $2,000, which makes it quite a bargain for the client, makes it a good deal for the client, and the client easily paid me for it because what he would actually have to pay $7,900, $8,000 for, is paying only $2,000 around that for it. So we have perceived value. Obviously, clients also often pay based on the perceived value of your services. If you don't present yourself as a professional, you don't have high quality work in your portfolio, you don't have a good or a strong portfolio, you don't have positive reviews, it can actually affect the rate the clients will offer you. So you have to make sure that you have all of this, a combination of all of this. So in this class, in the next classes, we are going to be discussing how to build a strong portfolio, how to get reviews, and how to justify your higher rate to a client. Then we are going to be talking about prices. Prices can vary widely based on the client's location as well, and the developer, the freelancer skill level, and the complexity of the project. For example, a US client can actually pay you more than clients from emerging markets like somebody paying from the Philippines. I actually had a client that I wrote a landing page for, a web page for, an home page for, and I got paid about $450, $500 for that page. And I had a Philippine client that was offering me about maybe $80 to $100 for that same page for writing a landing page for their business. And it's obviously SEO optimized, which means I put in more skills than just copywriting, content writing, and SEO. I put all of them together to actually write that page. So all this actually determines the price clients offer you. Why we are talking about this is I want you to understand that no matter what, even whatever skill you have that you are offering, it still depends on all of this factor that determines if you get paid over $1,000 a month. So if you don't get paid, if you feel like what you have, the value is lower, you can check. There are ways to check, obviously, and we're going to do that in the practical class. We'll check off. We would use. We'll check how to check the rates and how to check if an industry is actually highly demanded. So then let's just talk about the three laws of compensation by Bob Proctor. Now, this is still talking about why foreign clients pay what they pay. Now, the three laws of compensation by Bob Proctor focus on three different things: the need for what you do. So, if you are picking a skill, or if you are picking a niche, or if you are deciding on what to offer in the global marketplace, you need to make sure that there is a high need for what you do, which is still talking about the market demand or the market competition. So focus on in-demand skills and industries where there's a clear need for your services. Then number two is your peer competition. I like to call it peer competition, but it's your ability to do it. So the money you get paid, the difference between you, the person who gets paid $1,000, and the getting person who gets paid $100 is the difference in the ability to do what they do. So a better designer will obviously get paid $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, while an entry level designer who is not that good will get paid only 150, $20, and so on and so forth. So it depends on your ability to actually offer your service that decides what you get paid. So you make sure that you improve your ability, you improve your skills and your expertise so that you can command higher rates. All these are very, very important. You need to make sure that you focus on all these. Then you focus on in-demand skills. Then you focus on the difficulty in replacing you. Like I said I have a client that is getting the services I'm offering. By the time I put up all the services I'm offering is about $7,900, and I'm getting paid about 2,000 for the same client. So now that simply means that everything I'm offering the client is a combination of, apart from it being a deal, is a combination of services that will require different people to bring together, while I'm offering all of that thing in one. So which means in that niche or whatever service I'm offering, I am quite different from every other person that they are going to get, who is going to offer everything I'm offering. So if there are people that are unable to offer everything I'm offering, it's going to become increasingly difficult for them to find somebody else to replace me, which makes it possible for me to request for a raise or get a raise or ask for a raise. So if you are somebody in your niche, if you feel like your niche has a little demand, one of the things you can do is to try to find something that is closely related that you offer in combination to a client, or you quickly move to a niche that has high demand. It's all a skill. When it comes to skills, you can get one, you can pick up one within 6 months, pick up one within a year. So if you feel like your skill has very low demand, simply migrate. Then now we are going to be going into the practical class. I want to confirm that people are listening. So I'm just going to need you to, before we go into the practical, I'm going to need you to just leave a thumbs up, or on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, leave a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, I would appreciate if you leave a thumbs up so that I know that you are with me. Now we are moving into the practical class proper. Please let me see signs of people. I'm not seeing any comments. I'm not seeing any likes. I'm not seeing any thumbs up emoji. Leave a thumbs up emoji on YouTube if you are here. I'm leaving a thumbs up myself to see if it's working. So I just leave the thumbs up. Yeah, it's working. So please leave a thumbs up if you are in the class. And we'll move to the practical aspect. We are going to be talking about how to define your niche and your target audience, how to stand out in the global marketplace, and overcoming challenges to your consistent income in the global marketplace. We have one person, and that's it. We are good to go. So identifying your niche. I'm going to stop sharing my screen from here, and I'm going to move to a different screen entirely. I'm going to be going first with Upwork. If you are somebody who is freelancing and you know of Upwork, you can just leave a sign there, leave a love sign, so that I know that you know about Upwork. If you know about Upwork, Upwork will be our first case study for finding clients, or for sorry, for identifying your niche. So let's just share the Upwork screen. I'm still checking to see if if it's all good. Let's see. So the focus of for now is identifying your niche as a freelancer. So let's focus on picking a profitable niche to work with. So we focus on picking a profitable good. I think we are on Upwork right now. Upwork is being shared on the screen. I'm checking. Yes. Okay. Good to go. Good to go. So the first thing is obviously you can see that the services I offer on Upwork right now, I've turned up my Upwork availability badge because I have so many work to do and I don't have time to actually seek other clients at the moment. So uh the first thing you are going to do is you are going to actually assume that you are also an employer who is looking for a client, and that's how you actually find the niches with the good demand on Upwork. So one of the skills I offer on Upwork is copywriting, right? So we're going to click on copywriting, but instead of going for jobs, we're going to try talent. We click on talent, which means we ourselves we are looking for freelancers. Then we start click on the search button, click on the enter. So now you can see when it comes to freelancing, this job is getting busy. The first person on the list, obviously, we have different categories for rating a freelancer. We have top rated plus, we have top rated, we have rising clients. All of these are categories for checking freelancers and checking if your niche actually has a high demand. So we have this guy is getting paid $150 an hour. The next guy after is getting paid $75 an hour. The next guy after is getting paid $50 an hour. So this is actually what a typical client sees when they come on Upwork. We have 323 works, we have 263 works, and we have all of them getting paid $35 upwards. Upwards. So now, how do you know if this is a service that has high demand? The first step is you can try to like check the freelancers, the top rated freelancers, and how frequently they get work on the platform. That's one of the easiest ways to check. This is September 25, 2017, the highest work year, January 24, 2018. We have another one year, 27, 22, 2017, 2017, 2017. So even the top rated freelancers are not getting that much recent jobs on this platform. So copywriting itself on Upwork is not one of those skills that has high demand anymore. It's quite obvious. So let's just check. You can check whatever skills you are offering. You can start checking here. That's one of the tests you should actually carry out to make sure that you are sure of what you are doing. So let's check video editing. So these are things that can actually inform you on whether the services you are offering is going to be to get a lot of demand in the foreign marketplace. So we have video editing. This guy is charging $5 an hour. I can't even do that. Means I can't offer video editing because $5 an hour is not enough for you to actually get something good out of your freelancing business. So I wouldn't take a job that pays $5 an hour. But let's just check how often they get jobs as well. This is Pakistan, and okay, this is 2023. This is actually quite recent. So which means there's still a high possibility that video editing actually has a lot of demand on Upwork. But you can see that the rates are not very competitive. The top rated freelancers on the platform are even offering it at $5 an hour. So, which means you must make sure that apart from blending the costs, you have to check that the skill has a very high demand. Now, let's see again. We have 2024. Okay, these are getting recent jobs. So this means when it comes to video editing actually has a high demand. So if you are picking a skill or you are picking a services to sell on the foreign marketplace, this is how you know if it has a high demand. You can easily check freelancers and see how often they are getting jobs. Then when you open a profile, obviously, if you open a profile on Upwork, after opening a profile on Upwork, you can when you see posted 1 hour ago, this is posted 1 hour ago. Obviously, you can see how hard it is for me to actually get jobs as a copywriter. This is posted 1 hour ago. And if you check actually if you're a video editor, you see that jobs will be getting posted more frequently because of how in demand that skill is. So this is one of the ways you can actually research and try to find a skill that has high demand. So you can also use Fiverr as well. Although I'm not very conversant with Fiverr, I'm not somebody who has been using Fiverr for a long period of time. But you can try Fiverr as well. Try to check the same way, see skills, see the number of orders those skills have been getting because Fiverr has a different interface. We're going to talk about everything down the line. We will have people who are going to teach us exactly how to set up your Fiverr account, how to make sure that you get job, how to rank your account on Fiverr, and so on and so forth. We'll get people in the class who's going to teach us that. But this is just about identifying your niche and seeing if your niche has high demand or not. So right now we've seen that copywriting, when it comes to copywriting, you have low demand, but when it comes to video editing, you actually have high demand. So if you are offering services on these platforms, that's one of those ways for you to find which skills actually have high demand. If your skill, whatever you're offering right now, doesn't have high demand, I would advise you to pick something else, add something else to it, or just move out from it. So standing out in the global market space, that includes crafting a compelling, unique selling point to stand out in the global marketplace. That's one of the most important things. And we'll talk about crafting a unique selling point using LinkedIn. That's the platform I'm going to use. I'm going to share my screen, and it will be LinkedIn very soon. Hold on, please. Let me share my screen. So we're going to be talking about crafting a unique selling point. There are three formulas actually for crafting a unique selling point. I'm not going to be sharing that. You can easily jot that down if you are writing or something, but I'm not going to share that. There are three formulas, and it's simply what you are offering, who you are offering it to, and what you are doing differently. Those are the three aspects of deciding or picking your unique selling point. So I'm going to share the screen for LinkedIn now. Hold on, please. So I'm going to share the screen for LinkedIn. The first thing is, you see that my profile has not been that active actually because I've been very busy with other people's profile. I've been managing different LinkedIn profile as well. Now, this is one of the things you would notice. This is my profile on LinkedIn, and this should actually apply across your all of your social media channel as a freelancer. If you're somebody who wants to get clients from all these platforms, from LinkedIn alone, I've made over $20,000, and this actually works for you if you are a freelancer. Now, you are going to go to your LinkedIn profile. This is how you edit your LinkedIn profile. You can just click on this button here. So you go to your LinkedIn profile, you pick, look at this. This is my unique selling point. Now, what is written here is simply I help startup brands, which means who am I offering my services to? Startup brands, right? I help them with inbound clients and customer acquisition. That's what I do. I help them with inbound clients and customer acquisition using content. So, which means I help them with content strategy. I help them with the content they post. I help them with the content distribution. I help them with checking the content, analyzing the content. I help them with changing the content strategy and iteration depending on the or depending on the response of the clients or of the customers to those content that have been posted. So this actually works for any startup brands or any startup founder that comes across my page. They understand immediately that okay, I help this guy help startup brands like mine with inbound clients and customer acquisition using content. So if they don't have a content marketer, the first thing they do is they reach out to me and they want to know what I can do for them. So basically, that's what the setting yourself apart actually talks about. So one of the most important things is to make sure that actually before you decide what you want to set apart or what you want to offer, you want to make sure that it has a high demand. That's the number one thing. Then number two, you want to make sure that you have a unique selling point in that niche. You can see when I told you that my Upwork, I was offering copywriting services on Upwork before the era of ChatGPT and so on and so forth, and I made a lot of money on Upwork as well. But the problem was immediately ChatGPT came, the demand for copywriters actually reduced, and content writers on the platform actually reduced. So if I was going to start offering on Upwork again, I would actually have to start offering my content marketing services on Upwork, which was I do on LinkedIn. And I've been focused mostly on LinkedIn for a long period of time, and I'm going to show how to actually get clients on LinkedIn as well in the following classes. Actually, I was expected to. I'm planning to end by uh 10 o'clock, but we'll just leave about maybe 5 minutes extra to explain the last thing, which is overcoming challenges to consistent income as a freelancer. And I think that is one of the most important aspects of freelancing. I particularly take my freelancing as a business. I think the that's the, how do we call it, the cherry on top of the cake or of the pie. Most people don't take their freelancing as a business or the freelancing service as a business. They just see it as something to make money from or just a side gig to make income from. However, it is a full blown business that is handled by one person. You are the CEO of your business, you are the marketer of your business, you are the advertiser of your business, you are the financial officer of your business, you are the sales expert of your business. You handle every aspect of your business, which means we're talking about how to actually do all of those things in this class. So Setting up your freelance business for consistent employment and recurring income requires you to actually build a brand. That's one of the most important things. You have to actually build a brand. So we'll be talking about your content strategy, how to build a brand on LinkedIn, how to build a brand using all these freelance platforms. Obviously, most people don't even know that their Upwork profile is actually visible in search. When Google actually uses when you search for something on Google, when you search for some phrases on Google, you actually end up seeing my Upwork profile by searching those phrases. So we also make sure that we teach how to actually do all of those. And I believe more people will actually attend the class when it comes to, because this is just the first class. This is just an introductory session for the class. So we'll talk about. Let me see. Let's share. Okay, I think we've already talked about everything we are going to be talking about in the next classes in the overview class. So if you don't have the overview, I would advise you to actually go to YouTube, click on the link, and we are going to end the class very soon. If you have any questions, please. Okay, we have Faith Abu, we have Adi Talk. If you have any questions, please let me know before I end the class. I'm slated to end at 9:30. Sorry, is it 9:30? Sorry, 10 o'clock. I'm planning to end at 10 o'clock. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know. You can write your questions on YouTube. I'm actually live on YouTube. I'm seeing your questions on YouTube. You can leave it in the comments. And if you have any questions on Facebook as well, you can leave it in the comments or in the chat. So please let me know that. And see, we have okay. When you turn from the mic, working perfectly. Okay, I don't think we have any questions. Do we have any questions, please? Let's know. I just have to quickly. When is the next class? Obviously, the next class obviously is going to be held by on Sunday, maybe next Sunday or next Saturday. We are going to be using, probably we have to do 2 days when it starts coming into practical. For now, it's theory. That's why we just did it only Sunday. We should have started since yesterday. So when we start doing the practical aspect of the class, we will start doing it maybe Saturday and Sunday by 8 to 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., 8 to 10 p.m. Those are the times we'll be using. So I would expect that by then, majority of you we are going to actually practice what we discuss and start trying to like find the skills that are in high demand. If the skill you currently offer is, will this video be left here or taken down? Actually, for now, the video will be available on YouTube for replay. However, with time, it's going to be taken down because there are some secrets that's going to be shared in the class that we don't want the general public to have access to. There are some secrets, some method for client acquisition that will be shared in the class that we don't want the general public to have access to. So for now, it is going to be up on YouTube. However, once the classes have ended, we are going to take down all the videos and it will be a paid thing. So for now, it's free to everybody who joins the class. So if you join the class live, it is free. The replay will be on YouTube. However, once all the classes are done, everything becomes paid. So I hope that's everything. Do you have any other question before we continue or before we end the class? Do you have any other questions as it relates to optimizing your LinkedIn? I've already showed you how to optimize your LinkedIn with your USP. So please try. I want to see examples by next week. I'm going to actually ask a lot of people to join the class and talk to join the class. So I want to see you made changes to your LinkedIn profile, you made changes to your Upwork if you are using Upwork, and if you are using Fiverr, you make changes to it as well, and try to find services that are actually in high demand that you can offer. So we've talked about finding your niche, we've talked about services to offer, we've talked about the general overview of the global freelance marketplace. So I'm happy we can. Okay, yes, one more question. Please let's answer that question before we go. It's already 10:01. So please ask your question to your C Onoyemi. Please ask your question. Ah, that's my. Please ask your question to Mr. Toyosi. So, thank you for attending the class, Poised Preneur. Thank you for attending the class, Faith Abu. Talk. Thank you for attending the class. I think the question is taking quite some time. I'm planning to end by 12. So, I think you're going to just keep your question for the next class, if that's it. And since you have private access to me, probably must I build a brand around my skill? Can't I just offer my skill facelessly? I think this is the most important thing. Why I enjoin you to build a brand around your skill is basically because of the consistent income aspect. When you build a brand, there is basically what you can do if you want to offer your skill facelessly, you can do that. But that would actually entail you going out to find clients most of the time. You will be the one pushing yourself to find clients. So when it comes to attracting clients, and attracting clients actually works for you to make sure that you get consistent income. So when it comes to attracting clients, the clients I have right now, all of them, all of those clients we are attracted. No, okay, I think I have one that is attracted, one that I went out for. I have one that is attracted, one that I went out for. I have two of them right now. So both clients actually came, one came from being attracted, one came from, and both actually pay around the same how do you call it, the same level of payment, and require the same services. But if you want consistent income, which means if you want to make sure that you don't end up at one point in time where you don't have any client or you don't have any job you are doing, it's best for you to actually put yourself out there to make sure that you attract. So that's one of the most important things. If you don't want to attract, it's fine. You want to just continue pushing yourself out there by yourself. You can decide the rules of your engagement yourself. You can decide not to show your face. You can decide to just message clients by yourself. But most of the time, clients prefer to, when, especially when they are foreign clients, because obviously the scam is high, and they don't trust majority of us from this country. So they prefer to see your face, and they can trust you better if they see your face. If you have a LinkedIn profile that has no picture on your LinkedIn profile, you don't have a profile picture on your LinkedIn profile, the likelihood that you get jobs is very, very low. You won't even get jobs. If you have an Upwork profile that you don't have a profile picture, you don't get jobs. So the more you put yourself out there, the more clients automatically feel at ease with you. So the more they feel like they know you, the more they feel like they can relate with you, the more they actually patronize you. We're going to be talking about how to build a brand, how to put out content easily that's going to not stress you. We're going to discuss all of this in the preceding classes. So I think that's all the questions we have. So thank you very much for joining the class. You can always go back to Facebook, or sorry, and YouTube, to actually access the replay of the class. So see you in the next class. Bye everyone.